Three of Cups represents friendship. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands. There was a friend situation, and I get like a group, and I'm just remembering now that a friend of mine told me that she had issues with that group, the Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez group. I think she wanted to be too much in control of them, Eight of Wands. And she was trying to be like the leader, but they didn't want to be led. Hi everyone, welcome back to Night Tarot. My name is Holly, so grateful to have you all. So let's get into the reading. This is intuitive based, it's not fact based. And yeah, I have been asked, I would say a few months, to do this video. I didn't before because I felt as though, okay, I grew up, I wouldn't say that I know her, but I grew up kind of like in, it's hard to explain, but basically Cara DeLevigne, I grew up like I used to live in London at a point in time in my life, and when I did, Cara DeLevigne lived in my, I wouldn't say neighborhood, but like in the same area. And it was very well known that, well, not known, but people had been speaking about how she got a lot of roles because of who her parents were and so forth and so forth, because she was a model. And I just remember, like, because I wanted to be a model too. I was for some time, not for long, but because I liked food and I wanted to eat. But I just remember her being like suddenly the face of everything. She was like Calvin Klein. She was like all these brand deals that I wanted to do, she got, you know. And good for her, you know. I think she has a very interesting look. But it was very, you could tell she's being pushed because of who her parents were, from my opinion. So that's why I was kind of hesitant to do this on Cara DeLevigne. Also because I feel I don't have a lot of good memories from my upbringing. I grew up I went to like a very British school, 2 British schools in my later life. First school I didn't go to a British school, but then the 2 later I went to very British schools, and I didn't really vibe well. I hated school. So any memories I have towards that, it's very hard for me to kind of like delve into. So I'm just giving you a reason as to why it's taking me so long to do this. But I think it's imperative, and a friend was asking me my thoughts on Cara DeLevigne, and I saw this video that Sloan did. Sloan is this YouTuber who has great content. Sometimes he's a little dramatic. He's a Leo, right? I know he's Sagittarius. But yeah, I just feel like it needs to be done because she's going through a lot of emotional trauma, you know. I can see it very clearly. In fact, that's the thing about a lot of the kids that I grew up with, you know. I grew up with very, very wealthy people, and a lot of them are very messed up people, you know, and who hide behind this like facade that everything's fine, but they aren't. And I was one of those people, you know. So it's a little triggering to go back, but I'm gonna do it because I feel as though I'm ready to do it now. So that's why it's taking me so long. Okay, so Cara, I remembered this, I don't know why I remember this, but her sun is in Leo, her moon is in Aquarius, and I couldn't find her rising, but her north node is in Sagittarius. So fiery and air, you know, when fire and air get together, it's like combustion, explosion, which I kind of feel is very very applicable. Yeah, so let's start with the past. 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, and 8 of Wands. So I feel like, and this is very interesting, you know, I always used to say Leo is my favorite sign because two of my really good friends are Leos, and so loyal, sweet, kind, understanding. And my aunt, who is my favorite person on earth, is a Leo. My grandfather was a wonderful person, was a Leo. So granted, you can't just go by that. But I've been surrounded by so many great Leos that I haven't ever seen the dark side, you know. But recently, I met this Leo guy who, I don't want to get too much into the story. And I'm just seeing a lot of Leos that I encounter. I don't get close to, but I just encounter. Their shadow side is that they are very dominant. They like to be in control, but like almost too much. And this is what I pick up here. I feel like Three of Cups represents friendship. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands. There was a friend situation. And I get like a group. And I'm just remembering now that a friend of mine told me that she had issues with that group, the Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez group. I think she wanted to be too much in control of them, Eight of Wands. And she was trying to be like the leader, but they didn't want to be led, if that makes any sense. If you guys know more about the story, please let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear. So with the present being the Magician, Eight of Cups, and Queen of Wands. And I find it, okay, so because Leo's a fixed sign, Leo's fixed fire. And her moon is in Aquarius, which is air. Fixed air energy. I have my moon in Aquarius too. I'm a double Aquarius. And I feel as though very strongly that she kind of like grapples with her expressive self, like her egoic self, and how she feels, you know. So I'll give you an example. I also just want to say that I feel like a lot of Leos shouldn't drink. If you have strong fire, if you're a sun sign in Leo or just predominant Leo, and you have predominant fire in your chart, don't drink. I've seen a lot of Leos that are like that drink, and it brings out anger, mood swings. It kind of shoves down their issues, and I'm seeing that here. That's why I just have to say that, because I picked that up very strongly. That I'm seeing them, you know, there's this energy of like, I'm on top of the world. It's like a fake sense of self. And because her moon is in Aquarius, I can relate to this. That she doesn't really ever deal with her issues because she has a fake, like, it's not a very good combination to have your sun and Leo. And your moon in Aquarius, I'm just gonna put that out there. Because there's no grounding. There's a lot of ego, no grounding. So I think that allows her to kind of spiral out of control. So with the future being Five of Swords, King of Cups, and Knight of Wands, there's a fatherly figure, and this might be her father, that there's a fatherly figure who is going to sit her down and have a talk with her. Now, I have been accurate a lot. Reminds me kind of Ezra Miller situation. Not exactly the same, but that sense of they can't really control themselves. Very impulsive. I don't think, because I said I felt, and I'm not diagnosing him, but Ezra Miller. I'm not diagnosing Ezra Miller, but I strongly sense that Ezra Miller has some kind of bipolar, and somebody did come out, like a professional that diagnosed him came out and said that. Diagnosed them, excuse me. So I was accurate about that. I don't sense here bipolar, but I sense something similar, that I feel like a lot of people, it often manifests in the female form, Amber Heard type people. And aren't they good friends? I believe that they're good friends. Histrionic, exaggeration, lying. I see lying. In fact, a lot of Leos I know. I love you guys. I love Leos. Okay, it's my favorite sign. Even though I just got a Leo just did me very wrong. Very, very wrong. I was questioning. I'm like, why do I love Leos again? But I do. Because I just find Leos very fascinating. You know, like Leos, they wear their heart on their sleeve. It's just like all or nothing. It's so opposite to me that I find it fascinating, because I mean, when I'm in a relationship, I do wear my heart on my sleeve, but until then, you're never gonna see that side of me, you know. But they're just like, from the beginning, this is it, I love you, and you're like, you're taken aback, especially because they know what they want. I really like that about people. But then when it comes to the internal work, I think some of them kind of lack, just from the ones that I haven't had good interactions with. But here I see very strongly that there's some kind of mental disorder that has been like pushed under the rug. I think it goes to her family line, histrionic, exaggeration, like I said, lying, denial of the truth, which has caused a lot of cutting out of friends. Friends will cut her out and just be like, I'm not gonna deal with you anymore, that's it. So, ooh, I just got goosebumps. The sun, the moon, or the star. The star, it represents Aquarius. I just got this new deck. It's so cute. I wish the paper was thicker, but c'est la vie. So, the star. And I feel very strongly here that it's almost like, especially because the bottom of the deck with the justice, her karma is coming very soon. And by karma, I mean people are going to stop working with her. I see her in a facility. I see her in a facility in Crossroads doing like an interview after. It reminds me a lot of the Ezra Miller story. It's going to get way worse before it gets better, unfortunately. Unfortunately, so yeah. And I have seen, guys, please don't make fun of people with mental illness. You know, it's really not cool. I've seen people like compare her to that creature from the Lord of the Rings. I didn't watch the Lord of the Rings, but that like goblin thing. And I don't think that's very nice. I think we need to have more compassion for her, because she's clearly suffering, and it's horrible to watch people suffer like that. So, getting emotional. I love you all. Take care.